Chat, I'm back. Sorry. Dude, I randomly had like a nosebleed. I don't know what's going on. G2 on defense, loud on attack. Why is it so laggy? Is this YouTube stream?
Yeah, they do. Okay, awkward, but...
See if it's okay. I think it stopped.
Yeah, Joe obviously able to find the headshot there. He does drop low. Here's Baby Bay. He's going to have to rendezvous one out. It's going to be instantly smoked. He might still look to try and play into this, though. Oh, he's going to get some action. Right clicks, though, not quite connecting. Barty gets on the board, though, as Valorant does push right off the
Cloud have a good start here.
Valorant just wants to continue that push through. Punished. Love that double peek into the smoke.
Drink more water.
The Loud are just keeping a slow pace to the round right now. Isolate jaw backside. This one's as good as done unless Trent makes a miracle happen.
Spike planted. Sip.
Not too shabby.
If it helps.
Trent obviously an unreal game recently against Leviathan. At least the first map.
The 24 and 6 actually just solo destroyed them, and then they lose the subsequent 2 maps. And for the first time in America's regular stage history, they lose 2 series back to back. Yeah. Really just not used to seeing G2 lose, well, kind of at all in America. So to find them at 0-2 and in some amount of danger,
Fade over server. Fade's not too bad, man.
Is crazy.
Fade's pretty good right now.
Process of
it's not the craziest, honestly.
G2 kind of began in Santiago when they were running up against these like Nongshim Red Force, neon-based comps, and they were trying to find a middle ground, I feel like, between playing the hyper-aggressive style and a really slow, static style. And I feel like
how he gets the
kill. That's kind of why we've gotten the Harbor sort of brought in here. Still trying to carve out their niche.
Yeah,
it's not a fully refined idea, though, right? So it kind of explains why we see some up-and-down performances. And the road
refresh and sync, mate. It keeps on lagging, though. I'm scared to go forwards a bit.
Up until now, in fairness.
I'll give it a little bit of time, we'll see.
Best teams in the group. So honestly, I think everyone's just expecting them to bounce back. Still
do I like the G2 comp? It's fine. It's Paper X comp. Paper X comp with an Astra.
Let's see what they can do on this eco round. Looks like they're just set up for a simple flash dash kind of play with the
dude. I think I should go Twitch, man. It looks a little laggy.
Timing though is the question. There's the relay bolt, though, nicely done.
That's a sick timing on this.
Allow for the Phantom of Verdi to be recovered pretty quickly. Looks like the ghost play here, making no small amount of sound as he works his way over towards this seaside of the map, and Trent will instantly seize, catches 2.
Young Cowan's in you to watch. Yeah, that's a good idea.
G2 have already got 3 players on C. If Loud overcommit here, they could get boomed.
They're just going to hit this one. I feel like they're priced into it at this stage. Nice ping. Haunt reveals 2. Barty and Luke Shaw, they're going to throw down, and it's all on Jorg. A long way from the action. At least with a Phantom to work with, but this is, again, a slow work into the plant for Loud.
They're pretty fortunate that Loud have the GOAT in Luke Show, and it doesn't matter what weapon he has. He's just going to collect the kills.
Slide here.
3-on-3 taking the site, but maybe Jaw can clutch this up.
Spike planted.
Could be a double swing, double face. Oh,
that's
okay.
Close line up low.
Survive. Actually, unblemished. Full health out of the round. And Luke Show here, I think, is a top 4 player in ACS this stage. So, despite
they should be a little happy. That is way too laggy, man. I gotta go Twitch.
It's kind of insane what Luke Show's been able to provide.
Yeah, topping this server ACS, kills per round, average damage per round, and is clearing everybody on G2 in those regards. No one from G2 has really been taking over so far. Some major statistical drops when you're comparing kickoff to now. For Valen playing a lot of the Harbor, Leaf switching up his role quite a bit.
It's a little behind, chat, but we gotta accept it.
The consistent factor for this team playing the Vice.
Okay, here's that solo.
Again, solo swinging out and goes down.
There's no push down B main, there's no nothing. Now, this position has to be picked up by Jorg, and just gets spammed down.
Oh my god, that's kind of nuts.
Caught inside, stunned up, but still able to at least
they're snowballing.
Still a very rough start to G2's buy. I'd rather see the gimmicky play on A long again, frankly. They're going to be caught out of the sight here and not in a great position to get anything else done between Trent and Baby Bay.
They actually have to save.
This defense is not
when do we start believing? Because this is a lot of money and they're gonna get a good half.
Not thrilled about what I'm seeing here. I mean, you're right. The play on the eco round, it feels like that had more thought behind it than what's happened on the other 2 rounds, including the pistol and the buy round. The somewhat more
believing
rounds
now.
on the eco. At least there's like that double up play, the flash,
I need a little
the
more.
bolt, 2 players swinging together. This is just 2 rounds where Leaf goes
Need
for
a little more, then I can get him bored.
Hey, if you're a Phoenix on Haven, yeah, you want to mix up a play like that a little bit. You can go for that nice garage peak, but...
And clearly, G2 value trying to control garage as much as they can to avert those seaside splits, but picking up the garage position is leaving you vulnerable. Baby Bay tried to fight, had to face 2 down. That's not ideal. But
it's 5-1.
Just quietly, having a pretty good start to this game. G2 are serving a couple up on the silver platter, if I'm honest with you, but Hey, we'll take those.
Yeah, that's got to feel good for him. Hey, I like it. If you're watching this and you want Loud to win, to see the assistant coach getting some early kills.
Yeah,
he got
pop
2
off.
on the pistol, the immediate
Early
confidence
timeout.
boost. It's like, wait a second, maybe I should just be starting on this team. Get me in.
Sign me up. It's a weird time to be following this G2 team. We are seeing Leaf sort of pick up a
Is
duelist
Batia
here,
sub?
but I've
Yeah.
got to say, between
Well, he's
kickoff
their,
and now, we've seen a
their
pretty
assistant coach, right?
precipitous drop in his performance. I think ADR, it's like a 17 to 20% drop, right? But he was definitely someone that was going to be able
He used to play,
much
he used to
more
play tier
frequently.
2.
You touched on VALORANT as well. Kind of would give you those captain's games once the series, those ideal performances really pop off. He's not on Harbour here on this map, but we have sort of seen those
Unlike
performances
Desmond?
look
Yeah, yeah.
fewer and further between so far.
Yeah, I'm just thinking back to that last game that G2 had in America's kickoff to qualify for
He has his
the
visa.
first
Yeah, he'll be
Masters
there
this
next
year,
week.
Where Valen went 65
The last week for Batia
33,
playing.
playing the Astra to 3-0 MIBR. And so far, across all the games he's played Harbor, he's only got 57 kills so far. He's just not putting up the same numbers playing this Harbor. And the agents where he was going crazy, where he was fragging, now Leaf is playing, and he's not putting up as many numbers. So it feels like there are just some comfort issues at the moment with them trying to get this Harbor forced into their comps. We'll see if that'll persist on later maps. I mean, here they're just playing the standard kind of the moment comp.
Yeah. I will say
G2,
they're running out of rope though.
Potentially going into the main gun.
Playoffs. I suppose with a 2-3, you're an outside chance, but things have to sort of break in your favor if you want to be part of playoffs.
Trying as a
And
fade eye ready for the corner.
Raj so much as well. G2, they are not playing into getting these orbs for the Phoenix, which is an important win con.
I mean,
of
when
that
Leaf's trying to get all these orbs every round, bro. He's trying to swing out of
He
down.
just left it.
Yeah, killing people. He's getting them from dying. He's getting one around.
That's right.
Louder just contacting into their site. Are they going to catch a timing here? Danger for Trent. Nice. Right.
Oh.
Angle picked up beautifully from Baby Bay, setting at the back of the spike. I think Loud really just focused in on Trent there. That shoulder peek had all 3 heads turn. TP up in heaven. It's not faked. So Barty's made his way through, but this round, wheels essentially fallen off the card here. It's only Luke Shaw who's still in that sewer position. Hoping
Really
someone
think the
grabs
TP's
A-side check
under
through.
heaven.
He knows he's going to have to make
Clear
a move
under
pretty
heaven?
soon
There is
because,
one
that
watching
lobby spot
for
is going to be crawling
actual heaven.
with G2.
Yeah, Loud really just hoping that G2 get exploratory. And
Great
they know
flash.
that the flash is nice from Leaf.
Leaf got a good flash play. Let's go. It wasn't just
Nice from
turn, and he was
G2.
instantly
Showing
killed
these
this
baby
time.
bay shots.
There
All
we go.
individual from him.
Farmed.
Well,
Absolutely farmed. That was really nice, though, from Dre. Obviously, he picks up that spot there from Connector for a 3-piece on the side.
Yeah, really what I'm looking at heading into today for G2, we're already talking about it, but it's just this individual performance stuff where Dre has been their most consistent player on the Vice primarily, but that's not an agent where you can really take over the game. You can have a lot of impact, and he's putting up really good numbers on it.
I got you, butters.
But the Chamber, that's a takeover agent. Yeah. And I feel like if there's one player to
The
do that
lineup,
for
yeah,
G2
gold
right
level
now, it's
4,
him, it's Dre.
So this time Leaf's
He's
over
actually
in
sticking that over towards spawn.
B9.
We'll say Jogamo
swing out
is
early.
just here though, waiting for it.
Stuck it! Oh,
Yeah, they were ready for this, man. He's
By the way,
starting
he
here at
threw
the
a
beginning of the
smoke
round.
over towards A
We have
heaven,
one over
so
towards here
Bot's
just
trying
in
to
case
make
they
it
go
seem like,
heaven.
yeah, I'm definitely
Right.
going over there.
In heaven.
But, yeah, Jaw, he heard him. Aware.
Pull back into the spawn
Done a
there.
good amount of prep
Paying
on
off
this.
the
I will
G2,
say that's a
but
huge
Valorant is
kill
called
though.
out. Shot Astra down. So your storm
Yeah.
potential really
Smoke goes
very
down
limited
and
now.
now he can plant over towards C and go down
C-side is
long.
wide open. Poison Cloud for main. They're going to have Verdi on this late delayed flank. Can he get any value playing
Dude,
from window?
He is
Has
entrenched here.
Jogamo not just
So if you hold
completely
this
wasted
action
his
as well,
wall
No
here?
one's checking that corner. Trent's down and now.
He pops his
Yes,
wall to
Baby
fake
better
the
have his wits
fast
about
flood
him.
over towards C for just no
Trying to
reason.
lead his corner. Verdi tries to emerge, but Baby Bay has
Now
the
it's really
stopping
hard to
power.
get in.
And that offers a lot of delay. When they're getting into this site now, pressed for time, Lucho is just going to rip that steel garden.
All right, here is electrifying performance from Jorg. Slides out of the site. Here's Leaf trying to get involved. This is scrappy stuff. It's down to Baby Bay to work his way in from the site. And again, he
Big from Baby
delivers.
Bay. He's having good
And
impact
yeah,
right now.
a nod of the head. He knows he's him right now.
Hero for the team. Important.
Why?
delayed
I mean,
trade
Townsend should
on
probably go
Verdi
down
in
long,
mid.
but I think that's what he
That was
thinks he's
crucial.
gonna do. So he's
Lose
trying to
that
like
1v1, Townsend maybe
peek him.
regretting going for the peak,
He
but
doesn't
low
expect
HP,
it,
just wanted
but
to try to catch some kind of
should he
timing
go
there.
down long place
Didn't
of
wanna
all
back up and play with
jocks?
his ult.
Just stopping this
The
game
fact he has
from
no
getting
smoke,
away
probably,
from
yeah.
G2 in these early rounds.
It's crazy that that round even felt so dangerous, given that their smokes player died 2 seconds into the round. They were still in winnable position. Like, I'm still a little nervous for G2, not gonna lie.
Yeah, that one's going to get some wind in your sails now if you're G2. Another one of those buy-up rounds for Loud, falling flat. But now Odin in the hands of Kawanzin. Hannes Fury at the ready. And of course, we have a judge in the hands of Baby Bay. What's he going to do? Play at a mid? Now, Leaf might actually have someone to play off him. Because he's conditioned the whole solo flash and die thing.
G2 have some great ults for a retake here, including Leafs, Nightfall as well. What's nice as well, when G2 have this chamber, they get their best offer on the op.
Yep.
Opping on Vice, not ideal.
Yep.
So Baby Bay can take over with that weapon.
You've cursed him because he's missed, but here we go. Luke Show.
Another pick onto Valorant.
And Valorant's crept up again. He's in an awkward spot.
This guy is just him. He's already gotten a number of high impact frags to just crack open one side of the map.
Jaw's going exploring on the same angle. This could be, I mean, he really needs to double down. What's the timing looking like? Not bad, but not quite good enough.
If he had carried that spray against the wall, he gets 2 more.
He'll hear the neon cross and get ready. What's he got to work with now? He's going to show his back. Trigger discipline. Yep, it's there in spades. Unfortunately, the spray transfer not quite as much. It's even in numbers now. Luke Shaw a little bit low up on that side. Decayed down by this Nightfall. Prowler in is able to avoid it for the time being. There's still no plant. There's some stall here. The G2 Trent just takes a fight.
No health.
Luke Shaw has 4 kills on the round.
Oh,
And Baby Bay misses
shots
another crucial shot. What
sending
is
him miles,
going on?
man.
How have Loud emerged with that round win?
Luke Shaw is just actually goated, man.
Yeah, Luke Shaw's so good.
He gets the crucial opening kill here, down to 47, gets the trade, eats a bullet to the body, and then he just swings, gets the trade, swings,
He's decayed to 1, bro.
Unbelievable. He is unbelievable. Like, it's so basic to say, but in a meta where we're seeing like very consistent comps, constant mirrors, obviously it's, you know, a little different
lose
here,
the
but this
next,
is
go down to an eco. Leaf has ult, but unless they get a kill, you don't want to see it on this round.
And if Luke Shaw and Darker are just on point, they could take over.
It's a great trade, man.
And that could be the catalyst of a Loud upset win.
Okay, Joe runs in there with the rifle. Able to find his. This is a bit uncomfortable for Trent, but Leaf was able to swing off that. Look at this emphasis for G2 over towards the A-long part of the map. But with Bati down, that is an omen off the table. Hannes Fury's still active here, and okay. We're running it back.
He just, finally has an opportunity to use that ult, but all of Loud have run away. This timing from Luke Shaw is beautiful as well.
Dude, he's everywhere.
So deep there into connector.
Yeah, and they got the Phoenix ult out of them.
And yeah, some information gained off that runner back, but Leaf didn't have
At that point, it was
to
at least
throw down.
4v3.
B side secured. Now, mind you, this is a post plant without the attack side omen.
Prepare yourself for cringe, Mitch. Look at Kawanzin. He's got the ult. He's got the Odin. It's planted for a window. He is ready to spam.
Ooh, the spike isn't fully covered with this, though.
Hannes Fury as well. Should he even need it? Baby Bay's going to make his first foray out of garage here. Potentially pinched, but I don't think, there's any presence in mid-window right
Playing
now.
outside of the ult.
Okay, gets a better
Not sure about that from
goes.
Darker.
Kawanzino emerges, ready to play off this post plant. Leaf here has to get rid of the bolt. And here's that Hannes Fury now being sent
Below
off.
the time
sound
still.
cue is more than enough to spur Kawanzino into action. Leaf is going to get blown away by a light breeze at this stage. He is that low. Kawanzino with a shock dart to the side. It misses. The Odin does not. He has
scary.
3 different ways to pay post plant there. One of them has got to work.
Big round for Loud. They got the Phoenix sword out of them.
The exact Valorant you want to see. The optimal cringe maneuver.
I mean,
But look at this. By the way, again, Luke Shaw, they're down a player. Just walk forward, gets the perfect timing, evens things up into the 3-on-3.
Like, I'm not mad. When defense side retake comes from push out a garage and that's all you've got, because Luke Shaw pushes into connector and finds that early frag, gets so deep, then you should be winning that round.
This is a map that Loud did test MIBR on. They got 10 rounds. Typically, I feel like Loud have been better on defensive half so far on this stage, and yet they're up 5-2 right now on attack.
Down.
They're going
Don't
into this,
shoot the recon.
They have the Steel Garden.
Keep an eye on Leaf, but pushing fast behind. Such an important Byron for G2. It's gonna be a crazy half if they lose this.
Valorant is at a slow start.
Look at Leaf. He's pushed all the way down into window, and it looks like Loud want to double back, at least for a moment, to re-clear.
He didn't flash out this round, though.
If any of them run, he's gonna hear it. He heard one.
Cut from Loud. Yeah, I do think Leaf has heard about
Of
Oh, he is in a perfect spot. No one's
to do the lineups of a run turn.
Crossfire potential here on B, so Leaf has
that
to
was
be
the only
careful.
step
Going
made,
1
though.
for 1, it's not enough. He's got a gold mine here.
Is the drone.
Just go through garage too early. Okay, well that's
the spike!
Down mid.
Oh, this is perfect. Now time by Jorgamo's going to the other end of the pincer. Leaf couldn't quite get there in time, though. Georgia straight up loses that fight. Still, the spike, that's the issue. It's on the other side of the blaze wall. Look where G2 are playing from now. They back off it entirely. Still guarded because you've got to find something to get you out of this predicament.
Yep, Birdie, run in there and pick up that spike. All right. Nice job on the second try. Now they get into this C site for free. They have the poison cloud for main. Verdi can still run around.
Do a hard retake.
Be annoying even at low HP. Luxo has another Thorns to delay, so like a
VALORANT has his ults allowed have to kind of fight heavy towards site, but they pretty much are forced to do that anyway because they have no map control.
There's no like C long control though at all here for Loud, but that's not something.
Damn, Luxo gets one in that situation. Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable that
The double bait in the corner. It's a shame. If they were going heavy garage, it would work. For this, they should just be wrecked.
All their eggs in this one basket, in this corner. Darker and Verdi back to back, relay bolts. Yeah, it's about as you'd expect it to be. Baby Bay, another one on the board, but it's a 3K on the round for Leaf. Finally get some of that action.
That was a nice reclear from G2 into Garage. Luxo gets the one, but yeah, ultimately he's going to get traded out, stuck behind box. And Loud were just not wise to that push down mid at all. I do think that's the first time someone from G2 has done that, so good variation from Leaf.
Leaf knows. He knows that it's really just him there in mid-window, so plays it conservatively. Honestly, the timing really pans out in his favor. But hey, he'll take the conversion there. 12-7 is Luxo.
Looks like Loud might be keeping it simple on this round. Just put that wall up on A and just sprint down C.
Big round for Loud. Loud force buy into it.
Something like that.
Jorgamo with his own judge gets close.
Slow this down, and yeah, it's going to be tough. Allen gets some free damage for relay bolt in the corner. Jordo's getting involved, playing for around the corner. That should be enough. G2 clearly have the stopping power. Loud on a bit of a lower buy,
It's not great from Verti though. Like if you compare some of the Neon's entry pathing to what he's just done there, it's
and one guy with the judge.
That's rough from him.
That is going to work out for G2 every day of the week. All right. Well, that was a sick little shot, but this is going to result in Loud's economy being broken, by the way. So G2, great opportunity to actually tie this game up, win this round, and then just anti-eco the next one.
Pretty impressive start to stage one for Darko. I think he comes out and just racks up 25 kills a map in that first series they played. That scrappy one against Envy.
Oh, he might be here for a while.
For the series.
Gonna save that for sure.
13 kills. A very quiet series. Obviously, you're playing
against MIBR. It's a real clickbait headline.
Yeah.
I do like the framing.
Oh, no. Yeah. There's like an 80% reduction in kills from week 1 to week 2. Yep.
They do get destroyed by MIBR, who are arguably the best team right now, if inarguably, right? So, you know, that's a factor.
I see a big number, but I click. I see 74% decline in kills from week 1 to week 2.
Dude, the skin, man, look at it.
But again, I think that Darko's going to be someone we're going to be tracking.
Yeah, it's him and Luxo. The two of them on defense specifically is where they're racking up a ton of kills. That is where Loud have been at their best so far.
I think that right now, especially with how this metagame is panning out with a lot of these like double duelist comps, or like, you know, with less of a macro focus on the game, we do want to look at the week-to-week performance of these players that are expected to carry a lot of that load, right? I want to also see like how these Loud youngsters react to what G2 try and throw at them. We're looking for some, especially as you get to the attack side, so that mid-rounding prowess shine through a little bit. But this in general was a great quick
3 kills, 3 walls and smokes.
And VALORANT honestly just
literally fast 4 kills, no one's seen anyone.
Yeah, Jaw getting on that crossfire, having the stun to cut off the rest of the team. Easy, quick response for G2.
Dude, that was so good, Pansy, man. We could hear in the background this cracking up. How's NA? Dude, we're already on the second. We're already on the second best of 3.
And then from there, we'll see what they can do. It's
and G2 are struggling.
Really have ults to play with for the rest of this half. Romanilli, he's discussing. You can see the passion in his words, Mitch.
Yeah, I mean, I think that round we saw it going in. It wasn't a lot of bells and whistles on it there. Like pretty straightforward. Try and play
sleep. Yeah, we do. We might not even have to do the split for tomorrow.
It does look like in the prior
might just go to sleep normally tonight.
To a chance to like overexpose an individual like Leaf or Valen and have them picked off first.
You would imagine G2 can get a 2-0 here, but
so maybe
it has been a little rough.
To hang themselves with might be the better approach, just to slow the pace down.
All right, what do we got here? Some classic Bucky for the Neon. Fast play to get some A control, sending that molly down short.
Yeah, no fast thrust up A long for G2 this round. And Neon's over on the C side. Could be good early info for the defenders though, if they want to go for a foray. And yeah, Jaw is already starting
They think it's an A default, so in reaction they push down C, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So that's threatening.
Either that or they just plan to do this no matter what if they don't early swing. Find the walls, you can just insert one. I would love to see it rotate off. I hate when two people just stick.
Gotta get some kind of action
did something like this.
Or find a way to get information.
It's such a good angle that they should just be fine.
Prepare to take a fight.
I feel like I see this way too often, where people like push down, they have some info, but they just both double stick here, when in reality, maybe we should be freeing up a Neon to just go send it, or an Astra to help with stance.
They have Baby try to take that first engagement, maybe he gets a kill, cool, teleports away, gets back up to heaven.
Baby's got to do a lot, but I kind of like this setup. They play this setup because they have Astro, I guess, so they can retake.
As we kind of discussed earlier.
TP over towards heaven.
This is a spot that Drake can fall off very quickly. Damage on Verdi. Have to be satisfied with that. Back in heaven now. Overdrive active. Verdi, yep. Down to 51 after that.
Tell you what though, if you're loud, you're going to take this. Eco and they give you the site.
You're going to have Valen be able to maybe throw a wall down for this retake as well. Could use the Cosmic Divide.
Here comes G2 now getting in position for this, but bear in mind...
That'll be awkward given they're double flanking. Oh, Trent gets the first.
That's Barty out of the picture now as well. Here's the Cosmic Divide that comes down. G2 sparing no expense here, even on a lighter buy round from Loud. On the corners, Verdi really awesome in his Bucky value, but shows a little bit too much leg, and Babyface able to bring him down. And that's all she wrote, folks. 4 guns carried out of the round by G2. They are back in this game.
Yeah, maybe if Verdi was able to get the first with the Bucky, there could have been some danger there, but after G2 realized that all of Loud are pushed in front of the wall because they have to be to fight close at the chokes. Those two flanking guys, they could just sprint in there, so everyone on Loud gets completely pincered. That's a nice little play.
Yep. Yeah, the double flank came through. Pretty important. Yeah, okay. You've got to be satisfied with this. A bit of a rockier start.
Everybody's kind of feeling it, man. Was he 12 and 6?
As G2 in kickoff. Babybay's got himself the op in hand.
12 and 6, and I reckon he's just calling the shots of where he wants to go here.
Right, so Bati wants to
he's kind of all over the map.
Long control smoke down again. G2 could try to just prowl their flash out of it. Wow, they're running down everywhere. Jaws down mid.
Dude, do you know what cracks me up about Bati? Is he loves the TP play. It's cool to see that. Like, I like that he's just got so much confidence coming into these games.
Every lane early round.
So they got a ton of map control. How did Loud figure their way through? Let's hear.
Oh! Oh! What is that?
Okej, nie tapa meio e aż dwie taż po si, okej?
Spike down, attacker spawn. One enemy remains.
Oh. Oh, he mistimed his slide. Oh, that's close. Dude, how has Trent done that?
Right. Well, somewhere out there on Haven, Luxo's ankles are left.
That's
shattered.
This one.
Play here from Trent. Leaf goes down first. What?
Oh my god.
It's
impressive.
Mental. And the Neon ult in a 1v1 clutch situation is actually just unbeatable.
Yeah,
like
it's frustrating.
It gives you such an insane advantage.
Yeah, that is brutal stuff. Nice conversion there by Jaw.
I mean, unless you're, I guess, Trent stunned up. Verdi didn't ult, but I mean, he just gets one
Same
tap.
thing for the Omen ult.
It was the most assertive round we've seen from G2 on this map, though. Pushing up on all extremities. This round, not so much. It's just Babybay playing forward off the rendezvous.
I like the kit, though. Has the judge to play close with the smoke and has the AWP.
Again, some of these shots off our primary AWPer for G2 have been a little bit streaky.
It looks like they maybe want to throw the spike over to Lucho so he can get the Steel Garden with a plant as they head into this B. Sighting up Body, just going to get it down
it's a
safely.
classic.
They have
Oh, I like this wall, man.
Well.
Mate.
Ouch.
Mate.
Mate!
Full damage from a wall.
Oh, God.
Okay. Okay. Verdi going to struggle there. Brought low and a very quick retake here from G2. And you've got to say one of the freest of free kills you could ask for there for Leaf. Hunter's Fury comes in, able to catch Leaf battle. Look at the push into it. What? Caught by Darker.
Low HP.
They are protecting this over.
For sure win
Time
this.
ticking. Trent a little bit low for the time being. Cowan's Odin is going to work. They've got to push out and take this fight. Cowan's in for 3 on the round, and Babybay is just so low. Can he get a touch?
Gotta spam him
He'll
back.
be revealed here.
You gotta spam
Kawanzin
him
can
back.
just play with his food before going in for the final
Oi.
chop. Oh,
Mate,
not
Baby
bad,
Bay is
Baby Bay,
playing
unfortunately,
kinda unreal.
it's just not quick enough.
Yeah, it's not early enough, but
That
he's
was pretty
kind of
disastrous
fragging
for
well.
Loud. They gave the entire site, but we're losing players while doing
6
it.
for
It's a 2
Loud.
versus 5. G2,
It's pretty
they
decent,
try
man.
to rush
This was
them
mad,
down,
first of all.
while
But
they're doing that, no one is able to
the fact that he
get
TP's
onto
into it still.
the spike, they can't even get it to half in that moment. Because that ult is coming out with a
What was I gonna
Hunter's
say?
Fury.
Considering that comp though,
That
like the Viper comp
is
is
tough.
meant to excel on
You can see
attack.
GT trying to
Like
push it,
realistically,
but
with this
just
comp, you're meant to
can't
get
there.
7 or 8. So
It's real
probably
ugly in
not
the end.
enough,
I feel like
but
based on what we've
they could have
seen
a good
from
start
Loud
again.
so far, getting 6 here on attack, not terrible. Their defenses have typically been better, in my opinion.
Pretty lively start to this series here between G2 and Loud. Haven, of course, much more waiting in the wings.
which
in our
one?
second half.
I'll do it. I'll do it for next one, Brad. It's a good idea. There.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Will you though? I mean, we'll find out. Used to coach Batty in SK. Wait, that's kind of nuts. I didn't know that. He had a great start. That was a rough round to come into, but yeah, one more week for them to get their IGL back though. That'll help. Well, I say back to get them in. They've had a rough year already, Loud. Once again.
Their Haven pick here in stage 1. Obviously, in Chile, they were undefeated. Santiago 4-0 on this map. Definitely one of their best, and obviously they bring it back.
What's going wrong for Vitality?
Albeit with a new look.
I think their defense setups are very good.
You know, we didn't really see him gone for
And
those
I'm pretty sure from the listen-ins and some of the rounds we saw, like when they get to like 2-on-2s, 3v3s, they gotta make some plans. And I'm not sure people are making plans.
They're talking about all those wins. Yeah, I mean, Jaws Phoenix on this map was incredible. So I think Leaf is stepping into some large shoes that need to be filled here.
All right, there's Baby Bay early. Looks over towards Verdi and Co. Let's take a glance and blow. This Headhunter.
It's a great trade.
Okay, just the one. Verdi slides on in.
3 passing garage.
The hand. Barty
It's so good to get to. Dude, a double pistol, man. This is a
Leaf is going to be stopped
potential
in his
map.
tracks, and that leaves the spike out essentially in no man's land.
Double pistol.
Valen needs to find a creative way to recoup and find his way through this setup here for Loud. Verdi's pushed deep, and Valen seems to have an awareness that the Neon might still be on this part of the map. Relay Bolt catches on though.
Just run. Yep. Just run. Don't take that fight. Get out of there. You got the info on Valen. He can go meet up with his teammates. They can play around the spike that's down.
And this one should be pretty short-lived, as Valen is going to be swinging into a double face. See, waiting him, Verdi and Luke Show. Ooh, timing. Okay, surely.
Oh my, close.
Were we going to get the Valen round? No, not yet. Pistol here for Loud.
E2, no plan on this as well. It's not like they can. Not like they can force into
Not too
this.
shabby. Really got to see him turn up here though.
Mo, hello mate. How you doing, Mo?
Good
Good the 40 months, man. Good to see you.
I keep harping on about Loud on defense, but man, when Darker and Luke Show are rolling, they are a brick wall.
Barty's playing some good Valorant so far, I'm not going to lie.
I like that response on the pistol with the double push down C long.
Maple, I haven't gone gym this whole week, man.
Pushing through garage,
Been a while.
so they get that isolate on Baby Bay and then keep the C long control. That was a good response. Jaw here, full armor with the Bucky.
Yep.
Down to 250. And they lose a player immediately on account of this outlaw.
Yeah. Taking some damage. Jorgamo down at 30 armor, 90 health. Here's Jaw! My goodness! Finds himself the one, but that's about it. Classic for Verdi's able to shut Leaf down, and Baby Bay says, guess we'll just salvage what can be gained.
Yeah, G2 pause for a brief moment and then just instantly
Tomorrow we have
reaccelerate
bangers in
into
Americas.
A.
What's
Bossy
tomorrow,
had
man?
already pivoted there from B, so
Let me
there's
look at tomorrow.
players locking it down, and all they have is the bucket to get open. Well, someone just said the funniest thing
A
of
wake
all
up
time.
for Genji
They straight
DRX.
cackling on
Genji
the
have a stand in.
I mean,
That's a little disappointing, but
at least the spirits are high.
DFM against Varel,
Someone being
which
a
should be
judge
pretty
said-
close.
In fairness, though, look, 15 and 8's been solid.
Then we
Even though
got
when we get
Furia
on board with
Crew.
Baby Bay,
What a
some of those
banger.
hop shots are gonna walk
NRG
away with.
100 Thieves.
Just G2
That's like a
really
sleeper
easing this
banger,
game
I
a
would
little bit,
say,
but it's 0-2.
because
Coming
NRG
into your
is struggling.
third of 5 games in, regulation play here in stage 1.
the global esports do okay. Oh, they look so bad, yo.
Yeah, we said it at the top of this map, but
If they didn't have
Dangerous one to
Pac-Man,
pick for
they actually
G2.
just get like
Yeah, Loud
4 rounds a
they're
map.
0-1 on it, but they got 10 rounds against MIBR.
Everything that they
in
were
their
doing
loss.
good in
Yeah,
week
that's pretty
1 and
good.
2, they don't do
Yeah, no,
anymore.
we'll call it a quality loss. I
Their
think,
spacing's bad, they don't
next
play
series
together.
was left a bit to be
It's
desired.
like all the
Oh,
fundamental
okay,
stuff is
okay.
just gone.
What? He sees his shoulder, man. That is nice.
Yeah, and there's Jaw trying to get in there, but even at that, he's so far ahead of the rest of the team. He goes 1 for 1, and no one can really trade. And even when they're trying, they have classics. That's tough.
Nice from Verdi. I mean, someone who didn't look super comfortable as a
So-
Yoru player in kickoff, though.
Jaw's just going back to the Bucky on attack Neon for the full buy round.
Yep. Really just wants to abuse this as much as possible. He got
It's
tagged
a
up.
shot. Oh, God.
Got pinged as well in sewer. Loud are very
NHB.
ready for this. How did G2
Dude.
get away to this one? Let's listen in.
Gets the kill on 10 HP as well.
Vai C.
2A, Jake's 2A.
Yo, can we plant B?
Yeah. We should just speed it up then.
Yeah.
Why is it A-Link?
I'll color
A-Link.
A-Link. Use util, use util.
Walling A-Link, walling C-Link. Heard.
He's in. Wait, cancel.
Oh, Shreds on
Neon
top.
two?
Bosh
The Neon
behind you. Yes, both B. Hold on, facing.
Both.
Poor Trent, man.
Backside.
B.
Almost,
Backside,
almost.
close right.
Show soon.
One enemy
He
remaining.
was close
Close
right.
right. He
Close
could-
right for sure. I heard reload. Nice!
Yo, I just got fooled.
Nice! Hot dog.
Nice recovery there for G2. Just like some solid line holding there down C long for Baby Bay gives him a bit of a free kill. And they're almost trying to call a cancel there on that B side as a Vice Wall came up.
Yeah, we're already seeing Baby Bay. Well, we're just a couple rounds in, but kind of getting that similar value to Luke Show of just the slow lurking around. C, B, finds an opening pick. And then when he gets that bot, he tries to get some more space back on A, but walks into the Bucky. So from there, G2 are able to really just pick wherever they want to go on the map and execute. And they spot Luke Show on C, the Vice. So yeah, they're like, let's get into B.
They wanted to accelerate, but they weren't expecting the Vice util to be over at the B side.
Yeah, at least the wall, but all good, right? And that is a pretty common setup that Loud are using on
They
this
want to
map.
flame
They
anyone, but
basically
is the bottom of
always have the
EMEA
fight
better than the
wall
bottom of
extending
APAC?
from, like
Is the
C
bottom of
towards
EMEA better
garage,
than the
and
bottom
then
of
Luke Show
APAC?
Playing on C, we usually just have one Thorns thrown down. That's just for
Secret
backside
Zeta
control. There
Varel.
was at the choke.
Are they
But
better than...
That's a pretty
Who's the
critical part.
bottom of
Yeah, just
EMEA at the
your
moment?
Vice. I mean,
Pacific?
so much of this meta is Vice plays somewhere,
A
slows
Corp
down
and who?
attackers. Neon, run over and help. and the death ball comes and they all help the Vice.
It's the same idea to the
It's like-
Astra, right? We
yeah.
saw Valen trying to slow things down on C with some of the util
Navi
and
or
Dawn coming to his
Vitality?
rescue. So idea is the same here. But again, if you're just playing passively on that C
I
long,
think
just getting a pick and then working a
EMEA's
different
bottom
side,
is
pulling the defenders around the map.
better.
That stall plan on C just doesn't really have validity.
Zeta will get out
Right.
fragged,
Critical round in
firepower
the
wise.
Odin picked up for Cowan Zine off in the hands of Verdi. This is Loud having everything operational that they want for
Yeah.
their defense in terms of the weapons, the utility, the setup that
I
they've
think
got
so.
with Darker and Luke Show towards this C side. B being played for retake, just the wall and the Thorns to slow.
Verdi actually contacting up Sewer at the moment, so going to be able to hold that line with the op. That's going to free up the rest of the players on the A side, allowing Kawanzine to rotate early.
G2, 1 minute 20 into the round, have baited out a Thorns and one of the Mollies, so they can get into C now without having to contend with those, without getting slowed down.
Backside control is
Varel?
the question,
Yeah, I do
but
feel like
Joe has
Varel
found
might be able to get some
his
wins
way in
there.
Yet. Relay Bolt, he's
They're one of
opening
those
accounts on
teams,
purchase,
man.
But he's not sure. Into the backside, and there's 3 guns trained at him, and now Trent. This is a bit more
Dude, without
uncomfortable.
Baby Bay, is this game already done? Oi, that was nice.
Sets up and actually lays the red carpet for the game plan. And Buddy walks straight into Trent's
Oh, that's
crosshair.
unlucky
This
for
is the
Loud.
big investment
Did double
round for
peek
Loud.
long and he's
Odin,
popped them both.
Operator, both brought in.
What was
and
this,
that's gotta mean that
3v5 at
Verdi
his peak?
will need to sit this one out.
And it
Loud
just
get the
completely
advantage,
just...
but they press for more. trade not being found onto Valen. Felt like a lazy, slow kind of backside swing from Darker and Luxo after they locked down all of backside. There's just really
I mean, Baby Bay did get the kill though, so
proactive. I feel in that moment they've got the smoke on the opposite
you could
side
say
too, that
it was a blast,
body
but you
throws the
never know.
paranoia through. It just feels a little unnecessary there. They give G2 a foot in the door and they just kick the door down.
Yeah, Jord just pushed up against that Viper wall on the C side and just got domed instantly. 3 players backside. Feel like Loud were in a good spot as of that kill. And that's when they overpushed into Valen and got 2 for 1, virtually. So we're even game yet again. The operator will be maintained here for Loud coming into this round number 17. But yeah, that was a bit sloppy from our Loud squad.
Dude, he got that extra dink with the bullet there.
It's too late from Barty. That's the issue, right? Yeah, just that little window was all Valen
Think you have a chance to win Masters? I mean, for sure, but I think America's is the best chance at the moment.
Let's see if Verdi can do something with this operator.
I think their neons are too good. I'm excited to see who goes.
Particularly lively in the server so far on the Neon. Hasn't been able to get too much accomplished. Wants to get posted up over towards Sewer. Not gonna have any opportunities for a shot just yet.
No garage presence at all. It's really just this sheer wall, which I might just push through of it. Okay, it's gonna be baited out.
Dude, Valen right now.
Yet again
Had a slow start. He was kind of getting popped on defense, but
for info.
doing alright.
That's Loud getting uncomfortable. They know there's multiple players inside garage here. They're trying to work some players into this form, but this could be uncomfortable.
Awareness on point for Baby Bay. Leaf gets one as well. Like, I don't hate that idea from Luxo. You know, when G2 have been pushing into garage, they have a ton of players there. They are just leaving one guy
Does Neon get destroyed before Masters?
Imagine Luxo gets that headshot, recovers the rifle. They have all
No,
that C-long
probably
control.
not.
Totally different round, but, you know, look, he's still just got a sheriff and has to try to take a 1v1 there, so that's going to be tough.
At some point, you're going to face the music with his off in hand. Baby Bay with the knife out is caught by Verti.
Yep, time to go hunting. Look at Jaw on the bottom of the map. He's sprinting.
At this point, you've got the credit reserve to try and wrest this weapon out of the hands of Verti, who's been playing this position at the start of the round, actually. So not really getting out there playing that seaside extremity. And, well, he's given up the gun and the ghost now.
Been unfortunate. Probably not going to be an op into this next round.
Maybe the rumored Neon nerf is coming next week.
Win both pistols in this game, Loud.
I mean,
and
yeah,
you are
that's
still now languishing here in this
maybe.
second half.
Baby Bay is playing super well.
I mean, if it happened next week, then it probably would come into play for Masters, I guess. It'd be so weird though. Everyone that's qualifying is qualifying on the back of a Neon, and then Neon goes out of the meta. Would be a little weird.
Been a nuisance across the map.
It's just a really good intuition.
What is the nerf? We got no idea.
Be a takeover player, really.
Oh, look at this full A fight from Loud.
There's been rumors out there, but we don't know what's true.
Through, so Trent a bit weak, value not really found.
That was a little bald, bro.
A little bit,
there's no one to play off him.
of footsteps.
Yeah, I guess he's
rein it in.
He's hurried by the Aldrone. Yeah. I think there's no one ready to pick up lobby for him, so he decides to try and, you know, assuming the Sova's alone.
He feels like someone
smoke.
might be like trying to get into the smoke
Nice
with
shot.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, Cowanzin goes down. That was a nice little tap from Trent.
How did Loud respond to this noise cut and slow of the pace?
They want to just look like they wanted to double up short for a second, but Verdi completely adjusts to backside to pick up long. So Bati's at least got to get his one here.
And get to kill, he gets his ult.
He's going to make his way into the site. Verdi trying to stay clear of the Phoenix
it's
for the time
nice,
being.
though.
Gets that anchor smoke just in
Nice
time
from
to play
Verti.
around.
Managed to
Completely
fully dodge him.
Barty.
Dude, poor Trent.
He gets his. Leaving Valen now with it all to do in a 2v3. Gonna have to start the work up onto this site though. Valen delivers. That's his second for the round now. Spike in hand, gives it a tap. Luxo doesn't really have the line. And Leaf is watching for this push out of Link. He needs to buy a bit of time and get that Suez player set up.
Yeah, Luxo is just trying to make noise, draw attention, give Darker a time
I think
to
they're both
get up
spawned.
here.
No, that's why they're pushing.
Oh, that is so
Speculating.
close.
Double swing here.
Down we go on
Let's
the
give it 1 for
good
1.
molly. Leaf does beat it.
Too small on that snake bite here.
it's
Leaf
great
gets
shots from
around it.
Leaf.
Nice showing for G2, winning a 2v3 to cap off the round.
Yeah, Verdi is just stuck in that smoke, tries to get out of it. Maybe I can peek short. Didn't expect Valen to already be pushed all the way up here. Was still facing down Sewer, and yeah, caught far before these rotators could get there in time.
This is always...
Go, baby! Hot go, baby!
This is always a saving grace for me in these rounds, is that mid-rounding
Came in with a
from
new
VALORANT.
catchphrase. He's really trying to push this one.
Hot dog. Okay, we are rolling back the years.
You want to play?
It's
Let's
Saved
play.
by the Bell. Even I'm too young for that show.
Well, Outforce G2 back. They're going to pivot over towards Garage, pivot into the Viper and the Vice, who have really not been able to accomplish much on defense so far. Surprisingly, I feel.
Oh, God.
Oh, my
Okay.
God.
Guys, please.
All good.
Lady in the Trant moment waiting to happen, I think. So G2 back off cut noise after getting that sheer wall. It's one of the harder pieces of Util to draw out without putting your body on the line, but that smoke obviously helped them.
Now that drone is going super deep long. So I think to G2, that's going to imply that no one should really be pushed up close. If they're droning all the way back from site towards long, wow, okay. Baby Bay just getting caught in mid. Verdi is out of there.
And G2 was set up for a push out of Garage, not out of B long. So VALORANT is not set up to play the crossfire there.
Look at Loud. All 5 players just rotated over to
Yeah, dude, look at the rotate from that one wall.
That they were just
fast
ready
lane?
to fight in that site. Yeah. It's fine though. I mean, they still can play for a 5-on-4 retake
They
somewhere else
saw
if they need to. Bati just ulted in the long to try to get in.
Rough go for G2. Yeah, you gotta go back B, man. He's played all of B.
Big time. Leaf here and Jaw going to try and work this, both of them.
Dude, what a weird round this is.
And leaves
The
Leaf on an
spike
island.
is running up towards B where Valon is already just lurked in towards Gong.
Okay, they can play the post plant here from mid window at the very
Oh,
least.
that helps.
VALORANT.
The great fatal hits 3.
That is perfect.
They saw Batty over towards side earlier.
Trying to flood in while they would have had the numbers advantage on site.
Because the retake's all coming from this one spot. Over towards B-Link. VALORANT might be set up here to find even more, but Dark has good intuition. That's shot through the wall that claims G2's captain. Trent's got to be careful here. Yeah, Jaw has a lot to do right now, and eventually he's just overwhelmed. Guess you try and pick up this B-Long position. Is this being watched for, though? Yes, Barty's on the off angle, and he wasn't able to hold on to it.
Oh,
Trent
mate, look at these
trying to
HPs.
dance.
5 and 45.
Darko exits around with 4 kills
to
and
winning
a
that.
successful defuse for Loud.
Respect to G2 though. I like that. I like that last second pivot back to V. That was a crazy little call from Valon. He just lurks into Gong while this kind of A hit was going on.
Enemy remaining.
And then on the fly, Trent just runs out of there. There's like 15 seconds left. He's getting the spike down on B. The Nightfall was super good.
G2 could sell ice to a Siberian.
What's the money like? Must be in the bin.
That spam from Darker back towards Gong goes.
It's like a must win for Loud, otherwise you would imagine this is the map done.
All right. Still guarding here for Luke Show. Darker also with a pit. Maybe just an execute.
The calling? Yeah, it looked a little off there. I kind of agree with it. He made so much space to force them back to over towards A. Felt a little odd.
Fast lane here draws Verdi out into the line of fire, but
They
he's ready
committed
to fight
2 to
Jaw
the
man
fake,
man.
even though he
Great
already
shot. I
had
love
the space.
confidence in that moment. Even out this round. Drone just went down A long as well from Kalenzi.
it's a
Doesn't
pit at
spot
C.
anything. But maybe G2 will take that opportunity as
Timing like on
false
that.
info to try to now pivot back and take that space.
Loud have to pick up Garage here again. I think they're aware that that's the only gap in the net.
Yeah, now where Luke Show is playing though, if the A-hit did come in from G2, he can get the Steel Garden off onto site and assist Kalenzi to actually anchor there. Loud are really predicting that that's going to come in, it seems like.
Look at what Loud are trying to do to get this information. They don't have any passive ways to garner it. So they're simply just trying to gamble, preempt this. 37 seconds left of the round. G2 have some time to do-si-do.
37
that
seconds,
wall
they
from Leaf
wall
was a
up,
threat
create
that
pressure
they
like
could
they're
be
going
jumping
through
up
Garage.
into Garage window
There is a
now as
Thorns here,
well.
but it's not really going
There's
to
so
do
much being
much.
implied by what G2 are doing here. Information overload for Loud, and eventually it's going to be an open B site that G2 can plant into.
Yeah, Trent having no problem planting in the Thorns. I love that Astral was able to cut
Okay,
off
hold,
any
so they're
spam
already
from the
out of
link
there.
as well. Steel Garden is going to get
Darker
back
could
into the site.
definitely
It
win
doesn't
this.
connect on
It should be
anyone on
impossible
G2,
for
however.
Louds. They just have no
You're right,
vision
Loud are in
block.
the site.
Darker
Luke
like
Show,
has to just
Verdi.
kill everyone.
Kalenzi all on B. It's Darker's position that could be the curious one. It gives him the opportunity to wrap here on the close line setup. Baby
Yeah, I mean,
Bay!
it's
He's gonna be
impossible
ready
now.
for it. There's the cringe Astra util down on the site. And Luke Shaw was spotted there just ducking back over towards Gong. Not much to do here, but Loud are starting to lose their grip on this game as Trent
Yeah, I think
gets the
they're,
thumb screws on
they're
Luxo.
done.
Baby Bay just getting all of the important kills
They can
right
get
now,
two
for real.
two
He
guns.
is just
That's it.
the best player on G2 in this stage so far. And now that he's on a roll, on a map, I mean, I guess Agent more so than roll, he's been playing all Senti, but on the chamber,
No charges.
he is just imposing his will on the server. And really, though, I guess I'd say imposing his will, but he's just playing so intelligently and collecting all of the kills, catching out
A lot of the
Loud players on,
mid-rotate players,
yeah, like rotates, getting big mid-round impact kills. That's opening up the map for Valorant to call around.
Okay, this time eyes
Pushing
over
down
towards
to an
C.
eco and
Presence out of Garage here for Loud. And
picking
again,
the
they're
right
kind of,
site.
well, they're trying to rattle Sabres a bit because the buy is pretty awful.
Yeah, this is a little new, getting Luxo all the
Good
way
for
down
a
mid,
Phoenix
but
spike.
not going to matter too much.
Barty's
as-
embedded here, but with a classic, I don't know, you're stuck in the middle of nowhere, really, trying to back out, but that's when he's spotted by Jaw.
Yep, drone in first. Verdi going to try to put that wall up in with a bucket close distance. Does so.
Traded out.
Oh
Valorant
my.
gets a freebie. Make it a, an extra kill to cap it off, and now it's on Luxo. Rifle to hand, but you're going to give G2 their 12th round if you don't at least have a crack at this. And hey, he's been hot to trot so far this stage. Joy knows he's behind boxes, able to get ahead of that Astro Utah, but eventually the firing squad emerges, and there's Valen pops back
Right,
up
3
on our
goes at
radars
it.
with a 4K
Honestly,
round
though,
21 to get G2
This is a
to
pretty
map
good
point.
showing for Loud. I know they want
Yeah,
double
actual
pistol, so it looks like a little
Shooting
bit
range
better,
from
but I thought they were
Valorant.
going to get
Everyone just
stomped.
has to run out of the smoke,
It's still convincing because of the double pistol, but
and it's free. It's just so free.
not
That
as
was
much as a stomp
pretty
so far.
weak buy.
And you have,
takes, I mean, that's going to be a nightmare.
yeah,
So.
they're forced to run into backside with like no util whatsoever.
By the way, this is Valen's best game. Gets back on the Astra, puts up his best game so far.
Yep. We're probably going to see return to Harbor later on in this series. Perhaps not on Pearl, which will be our next map. See if it goes the distance. We need to go to Breeze. That is obviously a Valen Harbor battlefield.
Dude, an Astra ult
Okay, ping there on
2 rounds
Valen, so
after.
not giving away too much info.
fast.
But we are having a drift over towards the A side by Verti now.
Yeah, this is interesting from G2. They just timing out the smoke with all of their players, get short for free, a little bit of long pressure. Counting is so close. They are about to pounce on him.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty ballsy of him to go drone at that close range against a Neon.
Yeah, good supportive stun comes in though from Verdi to keep G2 at bay, so Kaunzin just doesn't get swarmed.
But here comes a mid-rounding prowess from Valen again. We have a
Loud are
noise
making
cut.
playoffs over Envy at C9.
Yeah, now if they go back, they're going to have to spend
Yeah, they
some
could
util to
do.
re-clear.
Still
And
gotta
Loud
play
know that they just
wait.
stack up, they want to push into
Who have they
this.
gotta
This
play?
is super
Get
dangerous.
an Odin on the angle. No
They still have to
good.
play C9,
Another
right?
shooting gallery here for G2. And Loud have, sadly for them, let this map go by the wayside. Cosmic Divide in play to allow for a safe
C9
plant.
and Lev.
And now Darker and Luxo, the two players kind of fated to lead this team, have to go 2v5 for the map. That's a good start. Baby Babe was low though in fairness, and Dark is already off
Go
the
on,
table.
Trent,
It's on
just swing
Luxo.
him.
Nothing left to do but to do it.
Holy, tucking.
Handles Trent elegantly. That's 2 out of 5, buddy, for those keeping track at home. Back in we go, through the smoke, try and play into the side, but G2
Yeah, I mean double pistol.
stamp
Shot.
their authority, especially on this second half. Baby Bay leading the charge, but Valen showing us a little bit more of the captain's game